Hey guys, how you doing today? Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to give you this message that I just received this morning. You guys are in for a treat. So, like always, wherever all my messages, I would like for you to take out some note-taking material because it's gonna be some things that I might say that you need to write down and take it to put it down up in your memory. And with that being said, let's get started. Today, we're going to be discussing about the undeniable truth that we try to hide. We all have thought about it as true believers. We all have thought about it, but we really didn't want to engage it. And some of us just try to say, "Oh man, we need to just stop thinking about it." And all right, look. How many of you guys have been, you go to church, you've been praying, you've been fasting, you know what I'm saying? You're trying your best to exceed in everything that you've been trying to do lately or for the past 20 years, 30 years, and you're feeling tired, right? And then with your tired eyes, you look to your left or you look to your right and you see someone who does not believe in God at all and they're prospering. That kind of upsets you, right? It's like, man, why am I getting my butt handed to me by serving God and he don't even acknowledge him, and he or she don't even go to church service, don't go to prayer meetings, don't do nothing, but they're prospering. That kind of just, it's like, wow. It's like having a younger brother or older brother, right? And the older brother, you know what I'm saying, they tend to get the brunt of issues and stuff. My little one, he getting excited because I'm excited, right? They always tend to get the brunt of all the whoopings and getting in trouble, right? And the younger brother is like not getting much. And we all have that question in us, like, why? Why? And you know what? To be honest with you, I had that, right? I had that question, like, man, why are they prospering? And through my studies, I found out that it's okay. It's okay. I want to share with you Psalm 73. Now, I'm not going to read the whole entire thing, but I am going to highlight some things that you need to really pay attention to and look at. See, we wasn't the only ones who was dealing with this. As a matter of fact, there's nothing in this world that's never been done. There's nothing new under the sun. So don't think you're the first one to feel or experience that, or this generation is the first one to feel or experience that. But look at this. 73 verse 3 says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw prosperity of the wicked." I want y'all to look at that, right? Because they live without, I wrote it down, they live without the fear of God, yet they prosper and get on in the world. Wicked men often spend their lives without much sickness and end them without great pain, while many godly persons scarcely know what health is and die with great sufferings. Now that kind of would make anybody question, like, man, dude, am I doing the right thing? Is this all worth it? But I'm here to tell you today that if you keep reading Psalm 73, if you keep reading the entire Bible, it will let you know that God chastens the ones who he loves. Just like a parent is constantly on the one that's can't get away with nothing, right? My mom, she wouldn't let me get away with nothing. Nothing. Almost said nothing, but it's nothing. But they would let me get away with nothing, right? There was no, oh, I'm gonna let it slide. No. She wanted me to succeed through all adversity. whether it been, getting that A on my report card, or it been practicing my saxophone for hours and countless hours making the dogs howl, or it be something simple as learning how to cook a proper cake without making it look flat. She would not let anything of my shortcomings slide at all. And I used to think that, man, she was so hard. Why? But she made a man out of me. Right? And that's what he's doing. He's making you stronger. Because in the end of the day, there's nothing, everything that we are doing on this earth is not going to last that long. People build giant buildings and never goes anywhere. The pyramids, look at the pyramids. The pyramids are just crumbling away by the weather itself. It's getting ate up. They're starting to decay. Great buildings are being destroyed. The things that we're doing on this earth 40 years from now, 20 years from now, some things that nobody's not going to remember. But at the end, after all of this is said and done, what you do for Christ will last. And what you have to do is get out of that mentality of, oh man, the wicked are still doing so good, so good. Get out of that mentality and operate solely on this word that I found out that really works. It's called faith. Believing in your cause, believing in what you're doing is not in vain. But you know what? What would happen if Jesus would have had that mentality of saying, you know what, I see all these people just prospering and they ain't serving my Father. They ain't doing nothing. Why should I even do that? Why should I even waste efforts in teaching them when I know the end that their hearts are going to get bad? When I know it's going to be mother against daughter. When I know it's going to be father against son. Why should I continue doing that? But no, he has the faith to say that, hey, a few will get it. And this is for us who love to study and preach and teach, right? Faith that a few was going to get it. Faith that your works is not going to be in vain. Faith that God sees it. Right? Because we all like to say that he's omnipresent, that he can see all, he knows all, his eyes is on the sparrow and stuff, right? We all love to quote that, but do we really believe that he sees all? Because if he sees all, he sees the wicked who don't really want to deal with, who really don't want that relationship with him. He sees that. So I am reminded that because he sees it, he is too wise and too smarter than myself to just let it to just say, oh, well, my people, yeah, you did good. Just he ain't like that. He is a just, my Bible tells me he's a just and righteous God. Never have I seen the righteous forsaken. And most of the time, all we have to do is just activate our faith and just get by or rise above. And most time, all we have to do is just pray. Now, here David was saying, you know what? I have issues. Let me see the light, Father. Let me see the light of what's going on, because I'm not getting it. He admitted it himself. When you read Psalm 73, this dude admits it himself that he was ignorant of what was going on. And sometimes, I talked about this before, sometimes we have to admit that we don't know what it is. We don't know. All we know is what's in front of us. All we know is our experience, right? But if we start trying to gauge God only on what we know, a lot of times it's limited. We're going to have some discernment in this matter. Look. In verse 15 through 20, he kept up his respect for God's people, and with that he restrained himself from speaking what he had thought amiss. It's a sign that we repent from the evil thoughts of the heart if we suppress them. A lot of times that method of thinking is not a lot of times, straight up, it's dangerous. It's straight up dangerous thinking that way, that God doesn't love you. It's straight up dangerous thinking that way, that he's not looking out for me. Look, those wicked don't have, I'm telling you, it's crazy when you think about it. You have a hedge around you, right? You in a circle of protection. So there's certain things you can do and certain things that you cannot do when you accepted this calling. There's certain things that should not be with you, it's hanging around you, right? Now, yes, it's better for a man to not have known and then go back to it. Yes, by all means, cool. But I'd rather take the hedge of protection. I'd rather take knowing that, hey, wait a minute, what I'm doing is wrong. It's going to cause me to slip up major, past the body limits. What's good for a man to profit the world when he loses his soul, right? We know that. Put this into memory. When you start thinking of that type of thoughts pattern, when you start saying, if you start doubting your relationship with God, I need you to remember what he brought you through. I want you to remember what he's going to do for you according to his word. I want you to remember that he has you in his hand. He is steering this ship. So how about we allow him to be the captain of this vessel? Yes, we have free will. Yes, we start making choices and decisions and may not lay out right. Some of us are suffering from those decisions. But at the end of the day, where's your heart at? You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell your pastor. You don't have to tell your mama, your daddy, your wife or your kids, or your friends. You don't have to tell them nothing. But be honest with yourself. Where's your heart at in the matter? What are you trying to gain in the matter? Most of us really, and it gets hard. I mean, I'm telling you, it gets really hard because you're constantly seeing it. But at the end of the day, at the end of all of it, what you do for Christ lasts, and you won't have to believe that and really, really believe that. See, when you keep saying it, when you keep believing it, when you keep activating that, certain things start to happen. You start getting a peace about you. You start getting a joy about you. You start saying, you know what? This is all for his glory anyway. I'll tell you what, though. God is a righteous and wonderful and great king. The king owns everything. So when you let his glory surround you, his full weight surrounds you, you are protected, you are safeguarded. And things that you need can be given to you. But you have to believe it. You have to accept that. Look, the prosperity of the wicked is short and uncertain. And also, it's a trap for them. As a matter of fact, if you go back and read your Bible, it will say that the treasure of the wicked are stored up for the righteous. Hello. So what are we belly aching about? Because we're not getting our fruits now. Let me let you know something. Sometimes God does not release those results that we want because we're not in the season for it, or we are not ready to receive it. Those two are basically the same thing, but think about it. You're not in a season for it, so you're really not ready for it. Or your body, your mind, your thinking pattern is not ready to see that. I mean, a lot of us have done this. We say, oh man, I wish I had $1 million. I wish I had $1 million. What you gonna do? You got $1 million a day and be broke in 30 days? Or you won't have the mindset to actually change that $1 million into a Yep. You don't change that $1 million into something. I'm doing a podcast and whatnot on Saturday, right? How many of you guys are going to invest into learning how to reach your goals and your dreams? How many of you guys are going to repent, change that thinking, right? to be able to reach that, to do the thing that God has called you to do? How many of you guys are going to invest time into yourself to actually do that? How many of you guys are going I mean, it's like we got to get to a point where we stop belly aching about stuff and making stuff happen. So what? Dude on the left got more money than you and he don't even pray. So what? Old girl on the right have 4 cars and she don't even acknowledge God at all. So what? What are you doing? It's time for us to start worrying about our personal relationship. I said it before. There, as a matter of fact, oh man, I wish I had my book down right in front of you. There's something I said in my book that I think is so relevant right now, which is you have to and you must and you will eventually have to experience God for yourself. And when you start experiencing God for yourself, you have that personal relationship. There's nothing worse than trying to include someone else into your relationship or compare your relationship to someone else, rather. There's nothing worse than doing it. I've seen so many marriages fail because they want to compare their marriages to somebody else. They want to have the husband-wife relation, you know what I mean, right? Because some kids might be watching this, right? They want to have that type of thing, and it gets destroyed. They want to go on vacations and with their wife, which is cool, but their bank account and their job's not allowing it to. They start envying somebody else's relationship and not knowing the full out details of how they getting it done and what they're doing. And many of us do that with God, right? We see Joe over here getting blessed, and we never consider what was his situation, what he had to go through to get to where he had, and what was his relationship with God. How about we start fixing our own relationship with God? How about we start going to him, because we're the ones who walked away from it. The dude said, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." But yo, I'm gonna check this out. Verse 23, nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. Matter of fact, you back it up to verse 22. So foolish I was, and ignorant. I was a beast before thee. You know what? Someone was going to have to admit that we were ignorant, we were foolish. Verse 28 says, but it is good for me to draw near to God. I have put my trust in the Lord God, that I may declare all thy works. Boom, right? Boom. Hope you had some note-taking material. So, as a matter of fact, let's recap. Stop being envious. We all have thought it. We all have dwelt on it. Just stop. Just stop. Know that God is a great and wonderful. And, oh, man, he's just so amazing. Go seek that relationship and figure out what you need to do to fix yourself. Whether it be ignorance, whether it be you seeking for clarity, whether you seeking for peace, get on it, right? Get to work. And then, above all, make sure that we set ourselves up for success, ready to receive those blessings. Make sure that we stop being envious. Your time is coming. It may not be today. You know what? I'm going to drop one more thing and I'm going to let you go. Sometimes what you're doing, what you're laying down for your path of success, sometimes what you laying down and you believe that you're doing it all, and you working on a relationship, but you're not seeing no fruit. Sometimes that's laying up for your generation because the people before you has messed it up so much. Hop on there, right? Think about that. Sometimes what you doing is not for you to receive, but for your generation after you to receive. All right. I love you guys. That's my time. Be blessed.